In terms of support for African film creators like yourself, where's the missing link from the community, our media, our embassies abroad, our government? Where do you feel like maybe a better job can be done to support creative ventures like yours that push African stories?
In my opinion, I think that we're starting to invest in ourselves. You know, we're starting to see a greater potential, whether it's here or home. In general, there is a hunger for Kenyan pride. There's a hunger for who we are. So it's just a matter of time of bringing the right people together that can push this agenda forward. So for example, like I said, I had that conversation with Big Ted. You know, his biggest goal is to bring creatives together, and whether it's not his job to make it happen, but I think it's the job of people like myself that are hungry to provide this type of narrative, to collaborate with other people and bring forward this, you know, very big industry in a different way, or in a bigger way, should I say, in a bigger way, because it's already there. You know, we have the talent, we have, you know, the best of the best when it comes to acting, it comes to editing. So in my opinion, I think it's just a matter of bringing people together in order to bring up a better platform. So whether it's networking, putting those networking opportunities and on like, say, for example, a portal for this creative people are creating an email network, just bringing people together and finding that system that brings us together is going to help grow this industry in a different way. So I think, you know, it's not one person's job. I think it's everyone's job. I think we should all try to do our part in making it successful.
Okay. Yeah, and before and again, before we let you go, you know, you've been balancing your career. You have 2 children, you have a family, and you still, you know, like you're still a practicing nurse. How do you do that? You're in Mafia Island. Mara, you're saying you're going to India, you're gonna be going to Nairobi. How does that all work? And we know as a nurse you can't work from home.
She carries a medicine bag.
Yes. So something wonderful happened during the pandemic. It opened a world of opportunity for a lot of people, because a lot of people lost jobs, but then a lot of people started to innovate ways to make money. And one of the ways was to either be on social media and TikTok and whatever. So no, I'm not doing any of that. So don't go looking me up for that reason. But I was able to get off the bedside. I was pregnant with my son during the pandemic. And so I couldn't work. It was such a great fear of, you're going to get sick, the baby's going to get COVID. And he was born right when they declared it a pandemic. So rightfully so, I was taken off the bedside, and I was able to work remotely from home and do clinical things that didn't require me to be touching the patient. So out of that process came a natural ability for me to figure out what else can I do that doesn't involve me going to the office, and I can work from home. So then I started a consulting company, and so now that's what I do. I can work from home. Sometimes I'm required to travel, and sometimes I do have a heavy burden of travel for work, but I work for myself. And so that has allowed me to do more in the creative industry, to set time aside for me to read scripts, to edit, to make suggestions, to make meetings. So that has helped. Now at home, I'm so blessed to have someone who is very understanding of my craziness and cannot figure out why I can never sit still. I'm always trying to do something. So he's very supportive. I have one of the best partners anybody can ask for. My children, thank God for them. They're still young. So when mommy goes missing for 2-3 days, they're easy to forget, you know, but they're quick to remember, bring me something. So they're in that phase where it kind of works. But my parents, you know, they helped me through the phase of Dodoma. They, you know, took care of my kids for the 3 months I was out filming. My sisters, God bless them. Everyone in my family has been very supportive of me. So it's not just me doing it. I am not a superwoman. I am just a blessed woman with a family that has rallied behind me and try to help me through the journey. And I have great friends who, when I say I have a premiere, I want to premiere the film and I want to do it small, like 30 people, they're like, hell no, we're going all the way out. We're going to do this, do this, do that. And they all came together and they helped me. I am so thankful of all these people because without them, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So it's not just me. I have a whole tribe behind me that is always pushing me and cheering me on, telling me you could do it. But it's also hard for me too because I go like, am I doing the right thing? Should I keep pushing? So it's all a combined effort, I have to say. So
Okay, all right, that's pretty good. And to those people maybe who are like mid-career professionals, like in nursing, in finance or in other career fields, who've always wanted to get into the movies. What's your advice to them right now? Because it's one of those things that seems very risky to do. And people like staying within their comfort zones of where they are, where they're getting a paycheck. So what would you tell these people, Tshyro?
I would say that not all acting is 100%, a full-time job. Like someone asked, can I be an extra? That's still considered acting. Sometimes you just need it on set for 2 or 3 days. So that's not a full-time job. So you can, have the shooting schedule and you can take time off. So yes, you should go and do it because guess what? When it's 10 years later, you're going to be like, well, why didn't I try to do that? So then now you're like doubting yourself, should I still do it? So I think when you have a desire to do something, I think invest in it. I think try to put some time aside to figure out how can I best do this without quitting my job or without quitting my stable income. And I think it's doable. It's just a matter of you trying to figure out how best to do this, maybe ease into it, maybe not quit your job. I did not quit my job. I created another stream of income that doesn't involve me having to be physically in a building, every day of a work week. So there are many ways to skin a cat.